Welcome back, everybody. So, Lord of the Rings, A Fellowship of the Ring movie review. So, Fellowship of the Ring was directed by Peter Jackson. It was made on a budget of 93 million US dollars, and it has quite a fairly big cast in this movie, consisting of Elijah Wood, Ian McKellen, Orlando Bloom, Viggo Mortensen, Sean Astin, Sean Bean, Liv Tyler, Kate Blanchett, and plus just loads and loads of others. Far too many to rattle off just like that. So in this first installment in the Lord of the Rings franchise, a hobbit in the name of Frodo basically finds the ring of power that belongs to the Dark Lord Sauron. He then has to team up with 8 other companions then to go on to this big mission to Mount Doom to basically try and destroy this ring. So in this first installment, what do I honestly think about this? I remember this movie coming out, and just doing this movie review, just knowing that next year this movie would be 20 years old is the reason why I now feel very, very old. To be fair, yeah, 2001 this movie got released, and yeah, I'm starting to feel a bit old. But I remember going to see this in the cinema. I remember all the hype for it, and I actually went to the cinema with a group of mates. And not knowing really anything about the Lord of the Rings, I never read the books or anything like that. And yes, I did find this very entertaining. I still find this movie very, very entertaining now, to be fair. And I will find this movie and this series of movies quite entertaining. Yes, I like certain out the first three. I'm not going to include the Hobbit ones at this moment. The Fellowship of the Ring is probably my favorite with that and the Two Towers. The third one is a good movie, and they're all good movies. It's just that I have different gradings and how much I enjoy them compared to the first one. And I really enjoyed this one as well. There's so many reasons why I enjoyed this movie as well. Strictly because of the way it looked, the time, the dedication, the amount of detail, especially like set designs in here, Hobbiton being one of them. I absolutely love that in every single way. The visual effects, special effects in this are absolutely fantastic. It is kind of like this family not sci-fi fantasy adventure kind of movie, and I just love the way that this was done. You can see there was a lot of passion in this movie. Now I do get that they couldn't add everything that was in the books into this movie, because even Peter Jackson did say is that if they included everything in the books, this would be like a 4 or 5 hour movie, or each one of them. Apparently, I've never read the books, so I cannot comment on that. But these are just things that I've been reading. I have a friend, and I have a mate who's massive into Lord of the Rings, same age as me. He's got all loads of figures and all that kind of stuff. And he said, yeah, there was bits missing from the books, but he said it's still a good movie, but there's just certain things that are missing in there. But generally, as a whole, for me, I actually was very, very entertained strictly for those reasons. Set designs, the way it looked, the performances in here are absolutely fantastic. The musical score in this movie is absolutely brilliant as well. And I just generally love what they did here. They don't waste any time of setting up the tone of the movie. You get a very, very good overview or a good set out of the storyline from the beginning of this movie. We even get to see the Dark Lord Sauron, which is probably the only time you really get to see him, which is, I like it. But in also another way, I'd like to see him come back to try and take him on. But I get why. Obviously, the Ring of Power is like kind of his life source is in that Ring of Power, and he needs that Ring of Power to take human form. I get it. This is the whole point of the movie. But like I said, it's not a hard storyline to follow. They don't make it complicated. They set this out very much from the beginning, which is something that I really enjoyed. Now, it's one thing I enjoy about movies is when they set out the storyline very, very early on and very, very quickly in the beginning of the movie. So you're not trying to figure out. There are certain movies that I enjoy, like kind of like these really big mystery movies with plot twists and all that, where you're trying to figure it out. But I don't like it in every single movie. This one is, like I said, a family adventure, fantasy adventure movie. So setting out the storyline is like, for me, quite essential to do that at the beginning of the movie, because then they can just focus on like kind of just showing you all the different scenery and all the CGI special effects kind of things that are going on in this. And I'm not a huge fan, like I keep saying, of CGI, but in this movie it does kind of work kind of well with, and they have to use it for the scenery that they're doing as well, which I love. I mean, I generally love. I love like even Hobbiton. I love that. And they made Hobbiton and it's in New Zealand. And I know my mate who I was just talking about has actually been to Hobbiton, I think, to be fair, in New Zealand. I'm pretty sure he has. I just think it's absolutely fantastic. You can see there's a lot of detail, there's a lot of time that's gone into this, and and there's a lot of passion as well. Peter Jackson had a lot of passion for the Lord of the Rings books, and he had a lot of passion for making these movies, and it shows as well. It really, really does. Things I like in this movie, I like all of this movie. To be fair, I love the ring race in this. I like the performances. I love Elijah Wood as Frodo. I think it's a fitting character. I like the fact that they cast Sean Astin as his kind of like sidekick or as his, like person to keep him going or just to keep him company. It's exactly the same as Orlando Bloom being cast as was it one of the Owls. He's absolutely badass. He's even like I can't remember his name. The dwarf. He's an English actor, but even then, he adds like that kind of comedic element. Orlando Bloom and him, especially in the second one. I cannot remember his name. Reef Davis. Can't remember his first name. Um, they add that comedic element in the second movie, in the third movie as well, and I just really enjoy it. Even Viggo Mortensen, I can never really pronounce his name. Absolutely fantastic casting for Aragon as well. He's brilliant in this movie, in this first movie. I absolutely love his character in this. That ranger kind of feel, and he's there to protect. I absolutely, really, really enjoy that. Um, Liv Tyler in here, Sean Bean as well. He's kind of like this good guy but bad guy. When he's not, he's just overtaken by the power of the ring, and I get it. It just works really, really well. Like I said, the scenery in this is absolutely fantastic. How they shot this is just brilliant. I could go on and on and on. I mean, like I said, the storyline is not hard to follow. You get an insight of the Dark Lord Sauron in this. You get to see the ring race. I love the ring race in this. It's absolutely fantastic, especially like the chase scene when they hunting for the ring as they leave Hobbiton to the Prance and Pony. That sequence there, I absolutely love where they're running down that jetty and you get the kind of really dramatic music coming up. I just generally love all that kind of stuff of this, even to the point where in the mountain in the caves. Oh, and you get is it the trolls or goblins in there? It's just that adds to that tension, that kind of suspenseful feel. Especially from somebody when I first watched this, I didn't know what was going on because I've never read the books. So for me, this was just like, oh my god! And knowing that I was what 17, 18 when this came out, I was just like, oh god, this is amazing. And then I remember when the movie stopped, I was just like, what is that it? What a strange ending. It wasn't then until like literally a few seconds later, my went, yeah, this is part one. There's like another two parts yet. But it's, oh, I have a lot of love for this movie. I really, really do. I just really enjoy what they did. I really enjoy it. You can see the passion, the time, the dedication they had making these movies. All the performances in here, I think, are absolutely fantastic. There's not one performance out of the whole of the Lord of the Rings franchise I dislike because they all add their certain element to this movie or each movie, to be fair, and that's what I enjoy. Even Christopher Lee in here, I forgot to mention Christopher Lee as well, as like Wizard, even Gandalf as well. Gandalf in here is absolutely fantastic. He's one of those characters like grow emotional attachment to very, very quickly. It's exactly the same as Frodo, even Sam. Even Aragon, all of them, you grow quite a strong emotional attachment to near enough every single character in this movie, and that's something that I really enjoy. That's something that it makes me feel involved with the movie as such, and I love it. Like Christopher Lee is like this. I can't remember it. It's Sauron, no, Saruman. I yeah, Saruman. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I got it. I think. Yeah, it's just absolutely fantastic in every single way. I mean, I could go on and on and on about this movie so much about. I'm going to call it there, but all I can tell you is if you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend this movie. I highly recommend all these movies, to be fair, because they are very entertaining. Yes, they are long, but they are still very entertaining. And if you get the extended editions, which is what I've got, yes, okay, they're a little bit longer, but they're just an absolute spectacle, and I absolutely love it. So if I was to rate this, I would give this a very, very strong 10 out of 10. It is as simple as that. I love these series of movies. I even enjoy the Hobbit movies. And like I said, if you haven't seen this movie, I do highly recommend it. And I highly recommend you go or just get the DVD or just try and stream it somewhere and just watch it and just enjoy this. Because you can see that time, the effort, the dedication they had making this movie. So on that note, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below as normal. I hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care and goodbye.